Hello everybody, Electro for Life here, bringing you guys a brand new video, and today it's the long-awaited, I think, I don't know if you guys have actually been waiting for this or not, the Magispector deck profile and duel compilation. Magispectors are, of course, the most recent archetype I reviewed on Archetype Analysis, which you can watch in the title card, or maybe it'll be like at the end screen, I don't know, it'll be on both probably. And I like this deck a lot. I remember being very annoyed by it back in the day, and it's still an annoying deck to duel against. I wouldn't say it's any more annoying than like Altergeist. I'd argue that Altergeist does a lot of what this deck does, but better, and honestly more annoying. That being just the general troll to win deck, and that it's a very, very stunny deck. Now the thing is that Magispectors have something really good going for them. Actually has two really good things for them. The first thing is that all Magispectors are what the Magic players would call hexproof, where they cannot be targeted by or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. This is amazing. The fact that every single one of your monsters, with the exception of obviously your hand traps and your Draco Slayer, are immune to being destroyed by or targeted by your opponent's card effects makes them immensely annoying for your opponent, and means they're going to have to run them over in battle. Or they probably won't, because you'll be disrupting your opponent, ideally. On top of that, every single Magispector is a searcher. Every single one. Every single one of these searches out something specific for the deck, and doing that is very, very, very good. I know that some people have played, like, mixed around with a lot of different ratios. This is my build. I'm not saying this is the best build. I would never do that. I just have been having a lot of fun with this build, and it's been working really well with me. So, if you have any ideas, comments, or concerns with any other ideas for what you want to see with this deck, please leave them down below. I love taking ideas from people. Well, that sounds mean, but I love getting ideas from people. Okay, and this is just my personal build, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. I hope you guys enjoy it. So, let's go ahead and start talking about it with the first and foremost card, who's not even a Magispector, but he might as well be, honestly. Luster Pendulum, the Draco Slayer. This card is amazing in Magispectors. Out of all of the archetypes from the Draco Slayer lore, storyline, he works best with Magispectors, more so than Ignites, and more so especially than Dynamis. He is so good in Magispectors. He really should be a Magispector. And of course, the big thing is that his Pendulum effect is, once per turn, if you have a card in your other Pendulum Zone, you can destroy that card, and if you do, add one card from your deck to your hand with the same name as that card. Very, very good effect. Just pop your other dude, search out another card. You can even destroy another Draco Slayer if you're playing 3 and search out a third copy. I've done that before in builds where I've played 3. He's really, really good for this deck. And his scales work wondrously for this deck as well, being a scale 5, which is really, really handy. As I've mentioned with my Ignites and Dynamist discussions, at least I think I've talked about Ignites, haven't I? I can't remember. That scale 5 really makes him hard to play in those decks. It's not good. They're both have level 5 or level 6s, so it's not particularly great in the other two decks, but in Magispectors he's really, really good. Especially when comboed with QB. Now QB is like the second best Magispector behind Babuku. QB, as I said, has the ability where your opponent can't target it or destroy it by card effects. I'm not going to read that off for every single Magispector because that'd be repetitive. But when QB is normal or spell summon, you can add a Magispector trap card from your deck to your hand. The Magispector trap cards are the most important cards in this archetype beyond the monsters, and they are really, really, really good for what they do. To that extent, QB is the second most important. I say the second most because Bambuku searches out the monsters, so, obviously monsters come first, then the strats and spells and stuff. On top of that, QB is also level 4 with 1500 attack, making it almost a beater for the archetype. It's kind of sad, honestly, because the deck doesn't really get very high attack power, and their boss monster caps out at 2k and is banned. So that just goes to show, yeah, this deck isn't very strong in the offensive pursuit, to put it in the least. Next up we got Ogama. Ogama you also want to play 3 of for sure, because Ogama is your spell and trap card searcher. He searches out both in a very indirect way. Whenever he's summoned, you can set one of your Magispector spells or traps directly from your deck, but it cannot activate this turn. That means if you set your trap, big whoop, you said it. You can't use it anyways under other normal circumstances. Same thing with your quick play spells. So really, that the fact that you can't activate it that turn is irrelevant, because the only card that you would be worried about with that is the normal spell and a continuous trap. Like, I guess the normal trap as well. If it said it could be activated that turn, that'd be pretty stupid. But yeah, Ogama's really good. Play 3 of him as well. Next up, we got Yada. Arguably the worst Magispector, especially back in the day. I think he's not horrible nowadays, especially since, honestly, I think Storm has gotten only better over time, as has Sonics, because this deck really needs to have some sort of offensive capability. It's really annoying. Yada's your spell searcher. Whenever he's normal or special summon, he searches out your spells. I remember back in the day, to like competitive builds of Magispector, so would only play one Yada. I've kind of flip-flopped between that, but at the same time, I want to be able to get to my scales as soon as possible. So he's usually the guy having my scales as a scale 5 if I don't have Draco Slayer there. So he's really more for that, and on top of that, the spells aren't horrible. Storm is really good, but it's not a quick play, so that ruins it. And then you got Sonics, and then you got Cyclone. They're all good cards, they're just not particularly amazing, to put it the least. Then we got Bambuku. I already mentioned him. He is the monster searcher. Normal or special summon it, you can search out any of your Magispector monsters, including itself. It's really stupid, and is what makes some people consider playing this as an engine in certain Pendulum decks. Pretty good card. Also horrible stats. I hate it. Then we got Magispector Cat, Nekomata. Magispector Cat. It's your generic searcher. It searches out literally everything in the archetype, even a copy of itself if it wants to. The only caveat is it's during the end phase, because when it's normal or special summon, you can add one Magispector card from your deck to your hand during the end phase of the turn. Now, that's annoying, but however, it's also guaranteed. Because, see, here's the thing. If you, like, normal summon it, and then, like, you activate Storm, tributing it to, like, bounce something, or shuffle something, I should say, well, Nekomata will still search at the end phase. It activates on the summon, but you don't get the search until the end phase. This is really, really good. It's like Scarm in that sense, where it's just like, oh, hey, I don't really care what you do with me after I trigger, but hey, you're still going to get the search. Really good card as well. I think it's a good 3 of. Typically speaking, I'll search up Mbuku or Kyubi. Occasionally a spell or trap if I need to. But for the most part, not really anything I'm super worried about. Then we got the hand traps. Goodo, Ash Blossom, Ghost Ogre, and Effect Failure. 2 of each. They've been super handy. You know, you can switch around the ratios for whatever you want, but I feel like these are the 3 general purpose hand traps that are really handy. I like them. You can switch out Effect Failure for Impermanence if you prefer, but it's just my general preference for Effect Failure. On that note, onto the spells. 1 Magispector Storm, tribute a wind spellcaster, then target 1 monster opponent controls shuffled in the deck. This card it would be probably one of the better ones if it wasn't for the fact it's a normal spell. It being a normal spell really ruins it because the deck is all about interruption, and of course you can't really interrupt with a normal spell. That being said, it's really good spot removal, so I still recommend playing 1 of it just for general purpose. Next up, I got 1 Harpy's Feather Duster in here. I put it in here after I realized this deck has no way of dealing with back row whatsoever, and my god, you guys are going to see it in the replays, but I had one of the worst duels I've ever had. Oh god, it was horrible, and any kind of back row removal would have been handy, but no, I was an idiot. Next up, we got 1 Duelist Alliance. This card is mainly just used to search out Luster Pendulum. Whenever you activate it, you search out any of your Pendulum monsters, Pendulum monsters, like Pendulum monsters with Pendulum in the name, or a Pendulum spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. But you have to have a card in your Pendulum zone to activate it, so yeah, it's not the greatest thing in the world, it's situational, but however, it searches out your Luster Pendulum, and that's important, very, very important for the deck. Then we got 2 Sonics. It doubles the attack of one of your Magispector monsters until the end of the turn, but any battle damage it inflicts is halved. Now, the battle damage inflicting is permanent, okay? It doesn't last until just the end of the turn, but if you get rid of the monster, it's supposed to get rid of that lingering effect, but Ygopro is currently glitched to where that effect applies to every copy of the card you targeted for the remainder of the duel, and it stacks if you activate multiple Sonics on a card. It's horrible and has costed me a game or two. It's really, really annoying, and I don't know how to report a bug. So, if anybody knows how to report a bug, that would be wonderful. Anyways, moving on, we got Magispector Cyclone. Tribute to Wind Spellcaster, then target a monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Generic spot removal for destruction. Not horrible, not great. I like playing 2. I was playing 3, but I decided to drop 1 for Duelist Alliance so I can get to Luster Pendulum a bit easier. Then we got 2 Majesty's Pegasus. This card is it's a tech for me. Okay, I know a lot of people don't like this card purely because it's not searchable in Archetype. It's very annoying because you literally got to rely on terraforming, but I view it as just an extra bonus, especially since if you don't have any combo pieces on it, it's not the greatest thing in the world. And I don't have, like, ideally if I wanted to put like terraforming in here, I'd probably drop a Yada for it. Like, there we go, drop a Yada for it. It's not the greatest thing in the world. The biggest thing is that it doesn't have Magispector in the name, and I hate that. That is so annoying. So, Majesty's Pegasus, all Magispector monsters on the field gain 300 attack and defense. Yay, it helps. Makes QB an 1800 beater. That's nice. You contribute 1 Wind Spellcaster monster, spell summon a level 4 or lower Magispector monster from your deck. You can only use this effect of Majesty's Pegasus once per turn. Now, of course, this is really, really neat because you can normal summon QB, get your your trap search, activate Pegasus, tribute QB, summon out Bumbuku, search out a monster off of Bumbuku, or better yet, summon out Nekomata and get a search at the end phase, or just kind of general combo purposing like that. That being said, this card, unless you have scales, it doesn't really make a lot of follow-up. It's not particularly great. And again, because Konami was loving to make archetypal field spells that don't have the archetype name in the field spell, back then, it's not searchable off of Yada, which is horrible. If it was searchable off of Yada, it'd be amazing, at least as a 1 or a 2 of. I'm playing it as a 2 of here, because I really do like the card for whenever it does pop off like crazy. But, however, it's not the greatest thing in the world. Next up, we got 3 Magispector Tornado. This is like the best trap card ever. I'm joking. I'd argue that their best trap card is actually this one, the counter trap card Tempest. But Tornado was the card that got the ultra rare reprint, if I remember right. I mean, the ultra rare printing, and Tempest was a common, if I remember right. It's been forever. Tornado, normal trap card, tribute to Wind Spellcaster, target a monster opponent controls, banish it. Really good card. It's a better version of Cyclone, but it's a trap card, so it's also kind of worse, but at the same time, it's really good, because banishing is amazing. Next up, we got 2 Supercell. This card is another card I've seen some people being very contentious about. Nobody really knows if it's like technically a good card or not, but personally for me, I think it's amazing because it gives the deck a grind game, which is something it really didn't have for a long while. So Supercell is a continuous trap card. While you have a Magispector card in your Pendulum Zone, the activation effects of your other Magispector cards activated on your side of the field cannot be negated. So straight up right there, your opponent can't negate any of your Magispector cards other than Supercell. Which is mean. This card can win you duels because your opponent can't negate your stuff, which is very, very obnoxious. And then once per turn, you can target 5 Magispector cards in your graveyard, shuffle all 5 into the deck, and then draw 1 card, making it a sort of Pot of Avarice once a turn. But it's for any Magispector cards, which means your spells and traps, and of course also your monsters if they hit the graveyard. This is very, very important because this deck can run out of juice easily because of how everything is a searcher. And being able to reset your spells and traps into your main deck gives you the ability to actually be able to grind out the game a little bit. Now, granted, having this card up with 2 Pendulum Zones means you only are going to have 2 spell and trap card zones at any given point, which means you're only going to have 2 negations or 2 disruptions at any given point. This is why the hand traps are so important and why pendulums are still screwed over in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! I hate it. So, yeah. Next up, we got Tempest, the actual best trap card in the deck. Magispector Tempest, counter trap card. When a monster would be special summoned or a monster effect is activated, tribute 1 Wind Spellcaster type monster, negate the summon or activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Which, of course, this card is also not once per turn, just like the other Magispector spell and trap cards, other than Supercell's Pot of Avarice effect. This is really, really good for, well, obvious reasons. It's a solemn warning in a way. Or I guess more of a solemn strike. But yeah, this card is really, really good. Now, the extra deck, it can be down to you. Really, the only 3 cards I'd say are like actually like super needed are the 3 Draco Slayer boss monsters, because they're really good. But other than that, I've kind of picked and chose these based on what I think is going to be helpful and all that. So first up, Great Fly. It's I almost call it scales. It's Link arrows are really good for the deck. Also, it's wind, and this deck has garbage stat lines. Great Fly is really handy for actually getting to be able to punch over stuff. And be able to put Pendulum Summon. That's the bigger thing. Then I have one Daybreaker. His destruction effect is actually super handy from time to time. And it's just something that I really like for just being a generic spot removal card. One Cerberus, one Phoenix for just generic spot removal. One Selene, Queen of the Master Magicians. Easy, Link 3, that is super easy to make in the deck with 3 bottom arrows. Okay, really not that hard to describe why this card is amazing for the deck, just for that right there. But also, it does have a pretty decent, other effect, being able to, spell summon dudes from your graveyard or your hand. But it doesn't trigger that often because you don't hit graveyard often. But it does also spell summon dudes from hand, which is really handy. So it's very, very mixed. I like this card a lot, but it's also not particularly amazing. The biggest thing is it's well, pendulum, not pendulum, but you know what I mean. It's Link arrows. There we go. One Unicorn for more spot removal. One Zephyr Metaltron because again it's one of the other good ones for pendulums. This deck really, really, really needs Electromite. I'm not gonna lie, but Electromite is still banned unless I am mistaken. Right? Electromite. Yes, he is still banned. Okay, I just had to clear that out. And then we got one access code talker, one Skull Dread, one Boral Sword for big Link 4s that are scary and powerful. Then we got one Totem Bird because this thing is actually still annoying. Being able to, negate a Spell Trap card. And then all it does is lose 300 attack whenever you do it because it loses its 2 materials. Now, Totem Bird I put in here for another reason as well. And that's because it dawned on me very quickly, this deck has no way of stopping spells or trap cards. If your opponent hits you with a Harpy's Feather Duster, or Twin Twister, or MST even, you're screwed. This deck has nothing to stop it. And that goes for all variations of Magispecters because they negate everything except for spells and traps. It's so annoying. So you gotta play other ways of stopping spells and traps, but at the same time, there's not a lot of good ways to do that for this deck. Then we got one Baguska because this thing's annoying as hell for your opponent and can help you stall out. And that is it for the deck profile, at least how I've got it. Again, you can play one Terraforming or one Yada, or like 3 Yada, I mean, but it's down to you and everything. Or heck, you can even cut out Pegasus and play more something else, like maybe the Solemns, Impermanence, maybe even something else that I just don't know of at the top of my head. But let's go ahead and get on with the replays, because I got a ton of them. First up, this is my most recent from earlier today, actually. Against Danger Dark World. This is fun. Danger Dark World is scary. I don't like it. It's fun playing, but I don't like doing against it. So, right off the bat, I'm just going to make my standard scales and set my Tempest. Again, I wanted to go for Tempest over the Tornado, because I want to be able to stop my opponent from doing stuff. And this is where the hand traps are really handy. So he's going to try and trigger Thunderbird. I'm like, I know I'm going to lose this if I don't, so I'm going to get rid of that. And then I ogre his Fabled Raven, because I thought that if I ogre it, he won't be able to discard, but no, it triggers after anyways, because it's not a cost. I forgot. It's annoying. But yeah, so he's going to get his special summons. And he's going to make a unicorn, and I don't know why he made a unicorn. Did he not have any other good targets here? Are you playing Boral End? How often are you going to get that out? Okay. That's scary, though, I will be honest. That thing is terrifying. Okay, so you really didn't have any other good options there. Dang. Dude, work on your extract. So I'm going to hit him with the Feather Duster. Because I'm like, I don't want to deal with whatever that back row's. Normal Bambuku, and he quits right then and there. I love it. Next up, we got a fun one against Dark Magician. And by fun, I mean fun, I guess. Oh my god. Destined Rivals is amazing. I love it. I haven't read it. So, this is one of those times where opening Pegasus is amazing because I actually have a way to get full scales. Gonna tribute Bambuku, get QB. Now, Pegasus was amazing back in the day because you could pendulum summon as much as you want from any extract, but nowadays you can't. And this deck has an issue where you don't want to make a lot of extract monsters, and that's one of the reasons why I said the extract's really down to you, because the extract is so inconsequential most of the time, because you really can't make a lot of extract monsters because you need your stuff to be able to do your stuff with your back row. So this is one of my favorite end boards in general because I got 3 disruptions and I got the search at the end phase to get Bambuku, so if he does pop my back row, I am good for the most part. And then of course I just have generally an annoying board to deal with. But he also has Dark Magic Attack. Thankfully I'm not going to let him get it off. I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, he's going to set a bunch of stuff. I'm going to get rid of that rod. I don't want to deal with that. And also getting a dude out of my extra deck, my extra monster zone, is really handy for being able to, actually be able to pendulum summon. I'm going to get another destruction with Slayer, and I don't know why I did that in hindsight, but whatever. I'm going to get out another search of QB, getting Supercell just for the heck of it, making Splendid Knight, so I can actually pendulum summon multiple monsters. Summoning out Necromata and Yada to get more searches. And then, of course, this is going to get Daybreaker and another counter, so I can pop a thing. I'm going to get rid of that Soul, because I don't want to deal with it. I'm making Totem Bird, because I'm scared of Dark Magic Attack. Dark Magic Attack is terrifying against this deck. I don't know why I didn't set anything, but, oh yeah, probably just because Dark Magic Attack. And yeah, he surrendered, because he has just no way of getting Dark Magician on the board. This is one of the worst hands I've ever seen for Dark Magician, and he's got Rod coming up. I couldn't, actually no, at this point I could kill him. I had damage on board. Alrighty, here's a fun one against Hero. I'm going first again, yay. Oh boy, never let Magispectors go first. If you know you're dueling against Magispectors, do not let them go first. That is horrible. But of course this guy didn't, so ha! Got the search and got to make the good old Tempest Tornado board, which is annoying as hell. Dropping the Joy Spring on freaking Hero Lives is annoying, and negating the Stratos is annoying, and oh god, getting rid of the Dystopia is annoying. I am such a jerk. God, I just reminded myself of the new Spider Isekai. Well, I can't say new, but whenever she's like, I'm so toxic. I love it. Anyways, yeah. He quit. There was, God, he could not do much, and I was gonna get, I drew in a QB. Or no, I searched it, I think. I don't know. I lost track of what I was doing. Oh boy, Machina, this, oh god, Machina is surprisingly decent. I will give them that. And opening Yada sucks, with nothing else to follow up on. And I didn't get Ash, which really sucks. He's gonna just kind of go off here. Gonna get rid of that Radiator. He's gonna get a free spell summon about Possess Storage. I don't want him to get free stuff. Banishing the Citadel. I don't know why I activated Supercell. Oh, just because I didn't want to deal with it asking me to activate it every 2 seconds. Gonna summon out the Ogama. He's got the Overdrive, which gets him a free Citadel, which is scary, but hey, I can't get destroyed by Citadel, which is nice. I'm gonna banish Citadel because I don't like Citadel. That thing is not nice. God. The fact that he also has a Pot of Avarice for getting his banished stuff back is annoying. You know, I remember when I first saw Possess Storage, I thought it was just kind of okay. But this thing is really good, actually. Like, God, that is annoying. Really annoying. It bricked so hard. This is one of the best examples of a brick, and this is an older build too. It's not particularly great. How often does that happen? Good old Joyous Spring. And then I drew into another one. Now I get all my ashes. I didn't see it at all whenever I first, drew. Like, if I had it turn 1, that would have been nice. But no, I didn't see it one bit until all of a sudden when I draw 2 of them. That is the story of my life. I get Ogama, try to use his effect. He tries to impermanence it, which is hilarious. Somebody doesn't read cards. Set Tornado, not that it's going to help me at all at this point. No matter what I was going to do, I was screwed. He's going to make the Auroradon, and I'm just like, going to banish that, see if I can survive, and then he makes Beret, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm dead. Literally all he has to do is use Beret effect, switch Spring to attack mode, and kill me. Oh boy. And then we got Merlantian. This I think I also had earlier today, maybe it was yesterday. I can't remember, but this was a fun. Oh yeah, this was earlier today. This is a fun duel. Okay, I call it Merlantian, but I forgot it's basically Nimble Merlantian. Like it's 60 cards, Nimble Merlantian, and I love it. It's cool. So anyways, I'm doing the standard stuff here. I got lucky and opened Draco Slayer and QB and all that fun stuff. And Bambuku, gonna go. Why is Bambuku so fun to say? It's just such a fun word to say. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and just skip my disruptions. I have the triple threat here of Tornado, Tempest, Cyclone. I'm gonna negate that princess. Gonna negate that princess. Cause screw that. And then as soon as that hits the board, I'm like, no, get out of here. I don't want that. Oh god, just trying to prevent him from being able to just pop off because I know I can't handle Merlantian going off like crazy, and I don't want to deal with it. So I'm trying my best not to. So I bait out that so I can use that. I don't know. Now in older Yu-Gi-Oh, that would have been an excellent play there, because then I would have been able to summon 2 QBs. Sure, I'd only get 1 search, but I'd be able to get 2 more monsters. Modern Yu-Gi-Oh, though, I gotta remember that, oh, it's not the greatest thing in the world doing that anymore. But hey, deck thinning's deck thinning, so there's that. Got rid of the Hauki Fibrax, because I don't want to deal with that. And then here's the big one. An enemy can't special summon if you don't have a pointer anywhere. Oh, boy. I was like, oh, no, he's still going to get the special summon. And I'm like, oh, wait, no, he won't. So yeah, he's going to whack me for a lot of damage there. You know, that's a lot of damage. I can't believe I just made that joke in 2021. What the hell is wrong with me? Summoning the Yada and the QB to get my double search, getting the Storm, bringing the Pain, storming the way to Abystius. Did I actually pronounce that right? Holy crap. making Magister Paladin just to punch over that. He pops my Draco Slayer, which is annoying. That's so annoying. But I get to use Magister Paladin to summon it for my extract. And then he's going to pop my Supercell with freaking Leonidas. Because my life. I'm going to make another enemy. I'm going to ogre that. And then he quits. Which I don't blame him. He might have still been able to outgrind me. But like, I had Ogama in hand. And I was going to draw another rabbit. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I would have quit there, but that he probably made the right choice just to save us time. Like, in all reality. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Speaking of annoying, we got Paleo Frogs. Talk about trying to hit your head against a wall and hoping something happens. Then we got the Disparity. I'm going to ash that because I don't want to deal with that. And then here's the fun thing. A lot of his traps I don't care about. Majespecters just don't care, and I like it. He popped a 1 in my Pendulum Zone, which seems counterintuitive. He's going to have to Trap Trick, get more stuff, pop my other back row, because story of my life. Making the annoying one, which speaking of, there's a funny picture somebody made on Twitter of a Bahamut Shark chucking out totally awesome like a Pokemon. I love it. He tries to negate my Ogama, which, okay, I don't care. You fell for the bait, dude. Pendulum summon out Yada. I get into Cyclone. I really should have grabbed Storm and shuffled it, but I didn't think. And then whenever I got Cyclone to my hand, I realized, oh, I should have Stormed this thing, not Cycloned it. But I was stupid. He sets the Frog. I'm not going to fall for it this time. I'm actually going to Pendulum Summon out Yada. This time I'm getting the Storm, and I'm getting rid of that for good this time. Because I don't want to deal with that. I can learn from the story of my life. I really can't. Oh boy. Then we get Pegasus, which is cool. Not the greatest thing in the world right now, but hey. Try to activate it. He's going to Dynamiscus it, because the story of my life again. Yay! This is Ogama Beatdown. I'm beating a Paleo Toad deck with a Modern Toad. Frog. Kappa. I don't know. Summoning out the Yada again. Yada's putting a lot of work in. Just normal summoning the Draco Slayer. He's going to book it, and then he's going to get his OA Notice, to run over the OA Notice, set the Sonics. Oh boy. I also love it how in the artwork of Sonics, he is going through that much effort to catch a single fly. I don't know. It just seems like you have better things to use magic on, dude. Anyways, he drew impermanence, and yeah, that was pretty much it. I was just going to outgrind him at that point, and it was game. Then we got the duel I'm not proud of. The duel I should have won, but because of the glitch with Sonics, I wasn't able to do enough damage to finish him off. I am not proud of this, and this is going to be an annoying duel. Let's check it out. This is freaking... I hate this. I hate this. I hate all of this. This is funny, though. He can't use this on me. And this is useless on me, too, for the most part. Summon out the Necromata, get the Bambuku. He's like, oh, he's playing a crap deck. I'm going to activate this and just win. Now, here's the thing. I had no back row destruction at this point. And this is the reason why I put Harpy's Feather Duster in it. So I go ahead and activate Supercell, just to have it active. And I try to summon out the Bambuku, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not going to get to search, even though it says it my effects can't be negated, but I guess because this was out first, it overrides it. I know that at least that's how it works with Apocryphal Towers. If, like, Towers is out before Skill Drain, he's unaffected, but if you normal summon him out after Skill Drain, he's affected. I don't know if it works like that. But anyways, Tempest, negating that because I don't want to deal with it. Activating this Pegasus and just kind of doing stuff. Yeah, dude, keep activating your effects. Don't let me get them. That's fair. In all honesty, I probably should have stopped summoning monsters and just kept using my effects to disrupt what he was doing and, you know, not have to deal with that. Eventually get to do stuff. His hand is mighty scary, by the way. I just realized that. I don't like that. This is a scary hand. Very annoying hand. Gonna get the Invoke Meltdown, and this is where things go to hell. Because now he finally feels confident enough to screw me over. Getting the oh-so-wonderful Invoker. Oh, and if everything else wasn't horrible enough, the Activate Stir can only be one. So now I can only have one Majespecter out at any given time. I hate everything about this duel. Oh, God. So he's going to summon out Almirage, get his Mechaba, and this is hilarious. He keeps trying to negate my stuff with Mechaba throughout this entire duel, but you can't. You can't. I love it. So yeah, he's gonna almost win right there. I'm gonna get out my QB. He's gonna try and hey, you can't target me, haha. He's gonna try and negate, but hey, you can't negate my stuff. I'm gonna Pendulum Summon out Yada. You can't negate, and you also negated Ash Blossom with that earlier. So he can't. He negated his own Ash Blossom because remember he negated my Ash Blossom, and Called by the Grave works on you too. So he's gonna summon another one. I'm gonna Sonics it, so it doubles the defense. So yay! I'm gonna banish that. I can't be negated, my dude. How long do you have to realize till you realize this? I'm gonna shuffle everything back with Supercell. And I'm thinking here, I can win this. I can win this. I'm picking apart his board. I can win this. Holy crap. Pushing for damage. He's going to get his free Amirage, which I actually didn't know Amirage does that. That surprised me. Like, really. So he's going to summon out another one. Try and do that again. Get him Purgatrio out. And I'm just like, no. Just no. I don't destroy. This one doesn't destroy. This one banishes. So Amirage doesn't save you. Ha. By the way, the other annoying factor is because of this, I can't Pegasus off something for another one to get double searching, but whatever. So at this point, I'm like, I am winning this. I can win this. And I was so proud of myself. Emphasis on was. He's going to negate his own dude. I don't know why. Whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to double my QB with Sonics. This is why you set stuff main phase 2, by the way. So yeah, he's going to do his stuff, and I'm going to Tornado it end phase, because and here's where I should have won. Here's where I should have won. I won this duel as far as I am concerned. Okay, I'm going to say that now. Okay. Here's where I should have won. Pendulum summon QB. If I had summoned anybody else, I would have won. Look at that. Sonics was like 3 turns ago. And I did half damage. I'm calling bullcrap. That was game. That was game. But it wasn't. Because of a glitch. The story of my life. He's going to hit me with that. I tried to use Sonics and save some cards, but no. This card's useless against me. And then he's just going to win here, because, yeah. Making that. I'm going to try and negate. I'm just going to be like, okay, I'm going to kill you. But no, he's the one. He is the one invoked player I have ever seen who plays Book of Law. I have never seen anybody else play Book of Law. Of course I'd get to play the one guy who plays Book of Law. So he Books of Law his dude, saves it, and then switches out for Megalomaniac here and kills me. I won this duel as far as I am concerned. Sonic's effect was over forever ago once I got rid of QB on the field. There's no reason why other QBs should still only do half damage. That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, unless it's some obscure rolling that I don't know about. Anyways, so that is it for the duels. As far as I'm concerned, this is a win. I won this. I lost due to a glitch. That's as far as what I'm concerned. Anyways, to take a better look at the deck profile again, this is of course with the change for the terraforming. You can play this or 3 yada or whatever other variation you want. I guess again, this is all just a suggestion. Thank y'all for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this deck and everything, and what decks you want to see in the future. See y'all later. Have a great night. Peace out. All that fun stuff. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. And see ya. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider rating, commenting, and subscribing. Sharing the video helps as well. If you especially really like it, please do consider being a channel member. Every little bit helps out. And hey, also why not check me out on my other social media pages. Thank you, and have a great day.